Hi everyone, and welcome to StudioJake. I, of course, am your host, Jacob Airy. This is my vidcast where I talk about different things: pop culture, anime, television, films, comic books, and occasionally gaming, which is what I'm talking about today. Now, I'm a total normie when it comes to gaming. I don't game frequently. I'm not a Twitch streamer. I don't do any of that. So whenever I come into a game, now I've been playing video games since I was a kid, obviously. I had an Atari, I had a Sega Genesis, a Dreamcast, an Xbox, PC games, and now I have a PS5. And whenever I play games, though, I come at it more as, a fun thing, a side thing. And previously I had done these videos called Normie Reviews, and I specifically did the Mass Effects trilogy. And I got some good responses from that, so I thought I would do another one, but more for an online game, which is PUBG Battlegrounds. Now, I am new to PUBG. I know it's not really the game people are doing right now. That's not really the point of this. I just got into it mainly because I watched some parodies of people playing it on the Viva La Dirt League YouTube channel, so shout out to them. And I think that, I got into it for that reason. It's a game where basically you're dropped into a field. It's usually an island or a canyon or something, and you have to find weaponry and stuff, and you battle the other players in there. They have opportunities for you to heal. You can do team games, things like that. I've not done the team one yet, but because I don't really like to play on teams. That's just my personal thing. I'm not into that. But just bringing it into perspective, I've been playing it for several months now, and it's actually kind of fun. It's a fun game. You have to kind of outsmart the other players, or they can get you. It's very you get one hit and you're done. You get one chance. There's no extra lives. You have opportunities to find gear like bulletproof vest, helmets that'll increase your defensive weapons. I kind of like that. I like all the weapon augmentations that you can do, because you could find just a standard machine gun, but then you can find a scope for it, or an extended magazine. You can do it with handguns. You can do it with all kinds of the weaponry. I think some fields even have a bow. Now, weapons are unique to particular battlefields, although some of them are standard. And I have my favorites. Me being a part of gun culture, I tend to like automatic weapons. I think that I like the loud, the sound that they do, the pew 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 pew, and it's a lot of fun. However, there are some downsides to the game. It glitches constantly. I remember one time I saw another player. He didn't see me, and I was tracking him down. I was going to get into a point where I could kind of maybe try to snipe him, but then the game glitched and he just disappeared. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Well, it happened to me again. One time my parachute didn't go off, and so when I landed, I was severely injured down to my last life. I was taken out by another player very quickly. So there are other things like that. Like one time I was hiding behind a rock. I was, just kind of looking out, scoping the landscape, and then the game glitched. I was in an open field. Now, fortunately, no one was able to get me, but it was still kind of like, what? I was in a perfectly good hiding space. So I hope PUBG fixes that. Another issue I have with the game is it is incredibly complicated. So one of the things I liked about Mass Effects was its simplicity in upgrading the armor, the weapons, your abilities, things like that. With PUBG, it was very complicated. They have all kinds of skill trees. They have the clothing is, you have all these different choices for clothing. And also just how you click on things is incredibly complicated. So I didn't realize this, but on some choices you have to hold down the button, and others you just click. Well, why not just make it different buttons, or make it where you can select them? Why do this complicated thing where you're confused about the button clicking? Now, they have really cool training areas where you can learn how different weapons work, how you can collect things. You can train with AI to improve your skills in battle, things like that. And those parts of the game are a lot of fun. I did have a blast doing those things. So I'm not saying it's all bad. It's just, for me, I'm just kind of like, okay, I would like to move this along with this very complicated skill thing with this, I think they call it the workshop, and then they have profile changes, and then they have different banners that you can put on your on your screen name and things like that. It just got overly complicated. But when you actually are just playing the game, when you're in the battlefield, or battleground, so to speak, that is the best part, is just running around trying to outsmart the other players, leading them into traps, stalking them, hunting them, that kind of thing. That is a lot of fun. So I really appreciate that about the game. So yeah, that's kind of my normie take on it. So if you're a longtime PUBG player who's been playing it before they added Battlegrounds to the title, leave me a comment. And also, like I said, I've not done the team one before. So if you have any suggestions on how I can get involved with teams and things like that, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment, tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.